Assalamu alaikum everyone. Saif here and a new video with Arabic with Saif. Previous lesson we have been discussing roots. Today with measures of Arabic verbs or verb forms. Most of Arabic words are derived from a three-letter root, and each trilateral Arabic root can theoretically be transformed into one of 10 possible verb forms, أوزان. Each form has a basic meaning associated with the general meaning of the root being used. A single verb in Arabic can come in different shapes and forms, depending on the time, the voice, pronouns, and other factors. Let's see following chart to understand more about verb forms in Arabic. The form number 1, فعل, فاء, عين, لام. This is the basic root. For example, the root خرج means leaving. On the measure of form فعل, خرج means to leave. Number 2, the form فعل, built on form number 1 by doubling the middle radical of the form 1 verb, adding a shadda to it. Often is a causative version of the form 1 verb. For example, the root خرج, leaving, on the measure of the form فعل, خرج, means to make someone go out. The form number 3, فاعل, built on form 1 by adding an alif between the first and the second radicals of the form 1 verb, usually gives an associative meaning to the form 1 verb, describes someone doing the act in question to or with someone else. For example, the root عمل means to work. On the measure of form فعل, عامل means to deal with. The form number 4, أفعل, built on form 1 by prefixing an alif to the form 1 verb and putting a sukun over the first radical, similar to form 2 in that it's usually a causative version of the form 1 verb. For example, the root خرج means leaving. On the measure of form أفعل, أخرج means to take someone out. The form number 5, تفاعل, built on form 2 by adding the prefix ta to the form 2 verb, often a reflexive version of the form 2 verb. For example, the root خرج means leaving. On the measure of form تفاعل, تخرج means to graduate. The form number 6, تفاعل, built on form 3 by adding the prefix ta to the form 3 verb, usually a reflexive version of the form 3 verb. For example, the root عمل means to work. On the measure of form تفاعل, تعامل means to do business. The form number 7, انفعل, built on form 1 by adding the prefix in to the form 1 verb, usually a passive version of the form 1 verb. For example, the root قطع means to cut. On the measure of form انفعل, انقطع means to be cut off. The form number 8, افتعل, built on form 1 by adding the prefix alif to the form 1 verb and placing a sukun must be placed over its first radical, often a reflexive version of the form 1 verb. For example, the root جمع means to collect. On the measure of form افتعل, اجتمع means to meet. The form number 9, افعل, built on form 1 by adding the prefix alif to the form 1 verb, placing a sukun over its first radical, and adding a shadda to the last radical to add color, to be defective. For example, the root حمر means related to red. On the measure of form افعل, احمر means to turn red. The form number 10, استفعل, built on form 1 by adding the prefix alif sin ta to the form 1 verb and inserting a ta between the first and the second radicals. A sukun must be placed over the first radical, often a considerative version of the form 1 verb, means to consider or to deem someone to have the quality of the form 1 verb in question. For example, the root بعد means to far away. On the measure of form استفعل, استبعد means to exclude. Okay, here we have reached to the end of this lesson. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, stay ready and confident. All right, get you guys next lesson. Salam.